So we've recently seen the S&P 500 rally up to the close this Friday, which makes complete sense considering the fact that both Apple stock and Microsoft stock recently just hit all-time highs, and it's very common for a stock to continue rallying up after just recently hitting all-time highs. And so when you look into the top 10 holdings that make up the S&P 500, it's no surprise that both Apple and Microsoft are heavily weighted in the S&P 500. So if both of them are rallying, well, it would make sense that SPY or the S&P 500 would rally as well. But along with both Apple and Microsoft rallying, which caused the overall SPY to rally, one of the things I mentioned last night to the Push and Profit private group is that we have to be aware that the markets will close early on Monday in observance for the 4th of July, which means that in a sense we should approach Friday as if it were a 3-day weekend. What do I mean by this is that short sellers tend to cover during these type of holiday weekends, as there's more risk to being a short seller when the markets are closed during these weekends, since bullish catalyst news can crush them without them being able to exit. So it's likely that Friday will see this bullish activity. Now, quick plug, if you guys want to be a part of the Push and Profit private group, make sure to check out the first link in the description for this video, because there is a mega coupon link offering 65% off that does expire on the 4th of July, where you have access to the Push and Profit private group. But moving on, I want to go ahead and cover Tesla stock, as we saw that Tesla stock both open and close higher during this Friday trading session. And it appears that the bullish trend that we're on may continue being bullish. However, one of the notable things I mentioned in yesterday's video is that this Sunday we have the Q2 delivery numbers for 2023 for Tesla, and this is something that we absolutely want to pay attention to. Now, there are forecasts ranging between 440,000 all the way up to 450,000 in deliveries for Q2 of 2023. Now, we've recently got some optimism from Deutsche Bank, with them actually expecting Tesla to deliver over 448,000 vehicles for Q2 of 2023. Now, at the end of the day, of course, I don't have a crystal ball, so I don't know what the numbers are going to be like. Of course, on Sunday, I will cover the numbers and talk more about it, but I want to go ahead and show you guys some previous figures from before. So for Q1 of 2023, we did 422,000. And if you look at the trend, Tesla continuously actually continues growing with their delivery numbers year over year. Now, last year for Q2 of 2022, we still saw Tesla do some pretty decent numbers in terms of deliveries, and this was also with the challenge of supply chains and factories being shut down beyond Tesla's control. Now, for 2023, we aren't exactly facing any of these same challenges that we were facing last year around this time. However, there is a little bit of a different challenge, right, that's going on, and that is the economic challenge, right? Because obviously, in 2022, we had the Federal Reserve hike rates, and when rates got hiked, well, guess what? It takes a while for this, those interest rates to really get felt into the economy. And so what we're kind of slowly seeing is that consumer pockets are weakening, and so that could be an issue for delivery numbers for Tesla, because of course, if interest rates are high, well, it costs more to buy, a vehicle like a Tesla, right, to go ahead and finance it. And so we could possibly see less deliveries just because the economy is a little bit more weaker after, being felt with these rates for a long period of time. However, it's important that we stay data dependent and we watch out for the news coming out this Sunday. Now, speaking about news and also consumer pockets weakening, we also had some breaking news today with the Supreme Court actually blocking Biden's proposal of, student loan debt being, wiped out. And so this is, something that's going to have a huge impact on the economy, because this impacts the millions of Americans, with the average, payment for these millions of Americans being an additional $400 a month that they're going to have to start paying later on this summer. And so obviously this is going to be a little bit of a hit to consumer pockets, and something that we're going to be wanting to really pay attention to going forward. However, I don't want to talk about that subject too much in this video. We'll cover that probably later on when we go ahead and do a deeper dive about the economic conditions. But in this video, let's go ahead and just circle back to what's going on with Tesla. Now, for me personally, in regards to my long-term portfolio, which has exposure to Tesla, regardless if Tesla does good or Tesla does bad, I do not plan on selling any shares in my long-term portfolio for Tesla because, again, it is a long-term portfolio. Now, if Tesla actually does come down because of bad numbers, well, this may actually present a buying opportunity for me to scoop up more shares of Tesla, as I am personally very optimistic for the future of Tesla. Now, when it comes to Tesla in the short term, I want to go ahead and point out to some of the things we talked about in yesterday's video, just real briefly about the price action. So if Tesla stock, has good numbers, well, that would push us to an area where there's very little volume by price. And when there's little volume by price, that's where we see big moves, right? And so if we could just get above this area right over here and actually have good data come out, well, we could see Tesla continuously skyrocket and actually, break all-time highs, which is definitely very good for Tesla. Now, if we have bad numbers, well, that would put us at an area where there's more volume by price, and we're going to see Tesla, go down and then trade sideways. And so, from a technical standpoint, we won't see all-time highs for a long time, or for at least for a while, if we have, bad data come out for the deliveries. However, time and time again on this channel, I've said that even in my short-term trading account, if Tesla's going down, I honestly don't like shorting Tesla as it's going down, simply because there could be catalyst news that could just prop Tesla stock back up and really just hurt short sellers, right? I talked about this previously a multitude of different times where, there's always catalyst news with new, or legacy automakers joining the supercharging network, which definitely has this effect of, propping the stock up. And then, of course, we have the Cybertrucks that are coming out, later this year. So definitely something I don't want to touch, especially since Tesla's one of the most shorted mega caps. So it's very vulnerable to a short squeeze. So even in my short-term trading account, if, Tesla's going down, I'd rather not even touch it and just wait for an opportunity to do a short-term trade going long and probably look for something else to short. But that's just me personally, and I've always said on this channel that you should never trade or invest based on my opinions. You should always do your own due diligence and only trade and invest in what you see value in. But with that being said, guys, I want to keep this very short, sweet, and concise. It's Friday. I want you guys to enjoy your weekends. So with that being said, guys, make sure to check out the links in the description below to take advantage of that coupon code. And also make sure to watch this next video right over here. And I'll see you guys on that next video. Take care, guys, and have a happy 4th of July.